family gets sealed inside their own home by a storm that won't stop. Doors that won't open. Windows that won't break. Something in the rain is alive, and it's hunting anyone caught outside. For most of the last house, you're waiting for the moment the family finally kills the thing at the door. And when that moment comes, the movie does something you don't see coming. It asks you to spare it. Here's the situation. Jason, a struggling engineer who can't catch fish anymore, comes home during a sudden storm, and the rain seals his family in. The water generates some kind of sentient force field. It responds to touch. It drags people away. So the Delgados learn to live like prey, hiding whenever it rains, trapping squirrels through the chimney for food, growing vegetables in the dirt under the house. 5 years pass this way. 5 years of a family surviving inside a box, while the world outside floods. Then Ruth, the daughter, gets bitten and needs antibiotics. And that desperation forces them out of hiding, straight into the confrontation the whole film has been circling. And this is where The Last House flips the entire premise. The creatures aren't aliens. They come from the ocean, tentacled, dripping, driven inland by overfishing and poisoned seawater. They didn't invade. They were pushed. Ruth is the one who understands it first. She realizes these things aren't conquering the planet. They're reclaiming it. They're doing exactly what her own family is doing, trying to survive on what little is left. Trapping humanity indoors, keeping people away from the sea, is how they let the planet breathe again. The monster at the window and the family hiding behind it turn out to be the same story told from two sides. Both cornered, both just trying to make it through. Once you see that, the horror curdles into something more uncomfortable, because it means the real predator in this story was us, long before the rain ever started. So the finale. A storm floods the house. The family retreats to the attic, and they finally trap one of the creatures. They've earned this kill. They've bled for it. And at the exact moment, Jason, the hunter, the fisherman, the man who's killed countless animals to feed his family, raises his hand to end it, Ruth begs him to stop. And he remembers. Every animal he's killed. Every life he took without a second thought. And he chooses mercy. The creature responds in kind. It opens the front door, the door that wouldn't budge for 5 years, and lets them walk out. When the other creatures move in to attack, it warns them off. A truce. A silent agreement of mercy between two species that spent the whole film treating each other as monsters. The family finds an abandoned boat, sails out into a drowned world, and calls out on the radio for anyone still alive. A voice answers, and that's the whole point of The Last House. On the surface, it's a survival horror about a family trapped by the rain. Underneath, it's about what happens when a species takes and takes until the planet finally pushes back. The creatures are climate change with a face. The boiling oceans, the overfishing, the pollution, all of it coming home to collect. The film even carries the muscle memory of lockdown, a family forced indoors, rediscovering each other because there's nothing left to do but connect. But the sharpest cut is this. The movie doesn't let humanity win by force. It only lets them out when one man chooses to stop killing. The way forward was never the weapon in Jason's hand. It was putting it down. In a story about the end of the world, the most radical act turns out to be mercy toward the thing you were taught to fear.